So according to Blankenship and Foster, the average age to become American is only 37 years old. Hi, I'm Austin. I have a degree in finance, and I'm going to show you my favorite apps to get you on the road to becoming a millionaire. So I spent a handful of time looking at these 4 different apps. 2 of them are for investing, 1 is for savings, and the other one is a budgeting app. So let's get into it with Webull first. First off, I'm talking about Webull. It has a ton of pros and different features that help it stand out from the competition. For starters, it offers free stocks and free trading. That's right, you heard me correctly, free stocks and free trading when you open an account. The in-depth data and easy-to-use interface make it great for both beginning and advanced users. So they now are offering fractional shares, and fractional shares are awesome because let's say you have a stock like Netflix. It's at $350, but you don't want to spend all of your money on it, so you want to only buy, let's say, $50 of it. Now you have $50 of Netflix, and you can still claim you own Netflix, but without spending the whole $350 up front. And this is a really good tool if you want a good portfolio and a diverse portfolio without spending tons of money to buy each full stock. They have full features on their mobile app as well as their desktop app, and they have a full web-based browser that you can do all of your trading and investing from too. And I think that's super important. Imagine you're in different spots of the world or you need to access your account on a different computer, you can do that with Webull. And if you're into crypto, they have crypto too. Now, no app is perfect, so I'm gonna go into a couple flaws about Webull. See, Webull's trading interface is very advanced, so it's not recommended probably for beginners or people learning. It might be recommended for, but if you're just an overall investor and you don't need all the information about charts and indicators and whatnot, Webull may be a little bit more advanced, and so it might be a little bit harder to use in the beginning. Users can become quickly overwhelmed, so using an app like Robinhood could be easier in the beginning. Unfortunately, there are no high interest savings account tied to Webull. Your cash doesn't get reinvested and you get 0% for holding it there. And this comes at a time where high interest savings account have become a little bit more normalized, and we can see different accounts between 1% to 3% and ranging in there. Now, this isn't a huge deal if you're investing most of the stuff in your account, but if you have cash sitting on hand, it would be quite nice in order to get a little bit of extra percentage considering the interest rates are so high right now. Overall, I highly recommend Webull, especially if you're a trader or an advanced investor that you need all the indicators you can get and all the information you can get to make your decisions. Webull's a great option, it's insured, and I would recommend it as an investing app. There's a link below to get up to 12 free stocks for Webull, so check that out. And for those users who are looking to buy and hold stocks and ETFs long term without thinking too much about it, Robinhood might be a great option for you. In my opinion, Robinhood's the easiest way to get in the stock market. And I know what you're going to say, but Austin, you just said something about Webull being a great investing app. Yes, they are both great investing apps, but in my opinion, they both have their own lane. And yes, Webull is good at both, but like I said, it's more advanced and more technical. That's why Robinhood has its own lane. See, Webull is great and it's advanced and it's good at both of them. But personally, I like to separate my investing account from my trading account. This allows me to closely monitor my investments, but also keep an eye on my speculative investments without merging the two together and being all confused of what's up and what's down. So that's where Robinhood comes into play. And Robinhood's also a commission-free broker with some pros and cons compared to Webull. You can invest in things like stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptocurrencies with Robinhood. So I think Robinhood's best features are how user-friendly and easy the app is to use. The interface is clean and concise and allows you to see all the important information right in the beginning. The app easily allows you to make trades, look at your portfolio, and see the market research they have. Robinhood makes it super easy to buy and sell stocks with just a couple of clicks. There's some other brokers out there that are a little bit more advanced, but they can be kind of confusing, especially to newbies. Personally, as an investor, I would rather just see my whole portfolio and make it as easy to use as possible. I don't need all the extra little tools and whatnot to see where the MACD is at. I want concise and to the point, and I think Robinhood does a great job of that. So for buying ETFs and long-term investments, I do use Robinhood. So Robinhood has come a really long way since being introduced in 2013. Now, I think some of these new features are the best aspects of Robinhood, but before we keep going, there's a link in the description to get up to $200 in free stocks from Robinhood. Robinhood also has this great program for people with over $2,500 in their Robinhood accounts called the Cash Sweep program, where they're offering 4% interest for just holding cash in their account, or uninvested cash basically. And this is a great option for people that have just cash laying around. See, the Fed is raising interest rates and banks are either choosing to pass that interest rates on to their consumer or to keep the interest rates for profit themselves. And Robinhood has chose to pass it on to the consumer. So we get a 4% interest rate from Robinhood with their Gold Cash Sweep program. And if we're comparing it to most banks that are offering between 0.2 and 0.5%, this is a super, super good option. And I think everyone should take the chance to look at that. Now, another new program Robinhood's rolling out is their IRA matches. So this is the first time I've seen an external company match IRA. We all know that your job or some people's jobs will match the contributions they make, their IRA accounts. And that's an awesome program. Not everyone gets access to that. If you're working at a fast food place or you're a server or whatnot, you probably don't get matches. And Robinhood's offering a program where they're going to match up to 1% of what you put into your account. And that's amazing. They're offering it for both IRA and Roth IRA accounts. And I know you might not think it's a big deal, but it's important to get started on a retirement account. And with Robinhood giving up money for free to give to your retirement account, I think that's a great option and you should check into that. And of course, all these features come free with Robinhood, but another thing that's free is a free entry to become a millionaire every single night. And that's from Yotta Savings. That's my next app, is Yotta Savings account. See, instead of operating like a traditional savings account and paying a base rate out to you, Yotta Savings is a prize-based savings account, meaning that Yotta attempts to gamify the savings account process and give users 1 penny all the way up to $1 million in prizes every single week. And this can all be done with an account minimum of only $5. Yes, $5, which isn't much at all. So what's prize-based savings, you might be wondering? So Yotta inspired their prize-based savings off of the UK premium bond. When consumers would buy bonds from the government would give them a chance to win a large amount of cash prize, either from $1 all the way up to $1 million, and people were very interested to see if they had won the money or not. Although the chances were low, it gave people an incentive to save, and the UK saw savings accounts go way up. So Yotta has adopted this same model and brought it into America. And this is a super cool and fun to use account. Savings account has an average annual return of 2.7% compared to savings rates at Wells Fargo's, Chase, Citibank, and Bank of America, making 2.7% seem very attractive. So for every $25 users put into their Yotta Savings account, they get 1 ticket to the drawing. And the drawing is every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. They get a chance to win from 1 penny to $1 million. And what's really cool about this is you don't lose your tickets. You get more tickets for the next week. So if you have $10,000 always in there, you're always getting that equivalent worth of tickets for every week. And it's not uncommon for people to win. So if you're curious about this, check out Yotta's website where they show all the winners and all the potential winnings you can get. And they have another feature with debit cards that potentially pay for your full purchase. Yes, if you use the Yotta Bank debit card, you get a 1 in 150 chance of having your purchase completely free. And I'm not one to propose to use debit cards for different purchases, but in some scenarios it can make sense, like a rent payment or utilities bill where you can't use a credit card. It could make sense to use a debit card. And with the potential of your full purchase being free, that's pretty exciting and pretty fun. So it's a great incentive to get people to save and use the Yotta services. Now, another great feature of Yotta Bank is called their iBonds buckets. And their iBonds buckets are purchasing bonds from the government basically on your behalf and giving you the interest rates for them. And right now they're at 6.89%, which is incredible. I think everyone should check into that because that's almost risk-free premiums. And you don't have to deal with the government websites that are super hard to navigate and can be confusing. Everything can be done through the app, which is a super convenient feature. So I think Yotta is a great option. It makes savings fun and it adds a game element to it. And I don't think you could go wrong with Yotta. So next up is Mint. Mint is a personal finance app that lumps all of your investments, savings, checking accounts into one account to give you the easy experience of just seeing everything at once. It gives users spending habits, transactions, credit reports, everything you can think about tied to your financial statements, they will give to you for free. Personally, for me, there's been a number of times where I've had reoccurring purchases that have been showing up on my account. I never even would have known it if it weren't for apps like Mint to show me what's actually appearing every single month. So Mint easily allows you to spot these things and stop them before they start costing you too much money. And it also gives you budgeting tools and whatnot for the month. Another feature with Mint is you should always consult a CPA before making financial decisions if you can afford it, but not everyone can afford a CPA. And Mint gives you personal financial advice for your situation and can help you through some tougher times. The tool also helps people track their credit scores as well as their net worth on a timeline. That way they can see how they're progressing. Like others, Mint is totally free to use. They have a web version as well as a mobile version, and it's just a great app in order to get your finances in line, maybe set a budget or create financial goals for yourself. It gives people insight that they wouldn't normally think of, and millionaires, everyone needs to be budgeting. It's not just one person or the other. Budgets are super important in order to save money and maximize what you have. I spent a healthy amount of time on this, so it would be a huge favor if you just hit the like button and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.